That's dope. That's dope.
What is up, everybody? I hope you're having a wonderful Friday afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you are. We've decided, as you noticed, to move everything to 1:30 p.m. EDT instead of 2 p.m. EDT Monday, Wednesday, Friday, because I know that it's nighttime for a lot of you who are watching. I hope that you're getting ready for the weekend. It's a holiday weekend here in the United States, so I'm definitely looking forward to that. Now, today's show is bullish on Bitcoin every Friday, but before we dig into that, I want to tell you about my amazing sponsor, SuperBid. Obviously, they started last week. I told you all about them. If you don't remember or weren't paying attention, first of all, there's a little message across the bottom you can read right there. But SuperBid's a marketplace for unique NFT moments of your favorite celebrities, such as backstage or private photos and videos, and they're released exclusively on the platform. Also, they can come along with experiences with those celebrities. So let's say that Britney Spears' father finally let her out of the basement. She could, share a dinner with you guys. Really exciting. I think the best part about what they're doing is that the celebrities don't need to understand the blockchain or minting. They can just upload a normal video or photo, and the people buying them can just use a credit card and also don't have to get a wallet or understand Ethereum, any of that. It's really huge, I think, for mainstream adoption. Really quick update on what's coming soon. Their September MVP. They've decided to have an economy within the platform, which is going to be based not on the SuperBid token, but on diamonds. So one SuperBid token will be 100 diamonds. You'll, of course, be able to still trade SuperBid on Uniswap and get it there. But within the platform, you'll use 100 diamonds. And they have a huge auction coming soon with Amanda Cerny. That is a mouthful, I know, guys. Right down below, there is a link. Please click on it. Show them you're interested. Show them that you came there and check out everything that SuperBid has. I'm really excited about this platform. So now, guys, on to Bullish on Bitcoin. I have one of my favorite guests of all time. As you know, he's been here many, many times from Bloomberg, Mike McGlone. What's up, Mike? How are you, man? Looks like Mike might be frozen. We got a frozen Mike McGlone. He's on his phone, so maybe challenging.
My
Well, I'm going to just continue talking myself and assume that Mike will eventually be able to.
Can me now?
Yeah, you're a little frozen, but I can hear you a bit. You there?
I'm here. I can hear you.
Mike. Okay, now I can hear you. I heard that. How are you, man?
I'm good. Hope we can get a connection here.
Yeah, just a little bit delayed. So, Mike, I'd love to hear. Listen, so last time Mike and I talked, I can't remember if it was on a Cointelegraph live stream, something like that. I think Bitcoin was in the high 40,000s, low 50s. And Mike said, I think it's searching for a floor around 40. I said, I don't think it'll go that low, maybe 45, 42 at the lowest. It went to 29K. So I'm curious if that drop, since we haven't discussed this, if that surprised you that it went so deep. Unfortunately, I don't.
Well, I was hoping, I didn't think it would go that deep, but let's check and see if you. Yeah, sorry. I think this live stream from Princeton, Illinois might not be working so well on my cellular.
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Can you hear me? So what we can do, we can switch to I can switch to a phone connection, but I didn't think in 30 is a key support, held 30,000, and now to me it's just a matter of time it gets to 100.
So do you think that then the bottom is absolutely in so far for this move?
Well, I never say absolutely, but I'm thinking and revisits the lows from the end of end Q2.
Yeah, Mike, you might have to try to sign back in with a different connection. It's obviously not working at the moment. Maybe your phone will work. So I'm going to remove you, let you try to sign back in, and I'm going to go ahead and talk until then, okay? So, guys, I'm going to let Mike try to take another shot at that. For now, I'm just going to go ahead and pull up the Bitcoin chart while we got it. Actually, he's already back, so we'll see if this works in 1 second. Not the first time we've had technical difficulties around here, but welcome to the internet and welcome to live streaming, right? So I'm going to go ahead and look at the Bitcoin chart here. First, we have the weekly chart, which I've pulled up a million times. We are at such a key level of resistance in my mind right here, around 50,500. As you can see on the weekly chart, that's right at the 23.6 fib. That's a fib of this entire move up from 3,800 all the way to 65,000. So you would anticipate that being a major area of resistance. Let me add the chart. I'm sorry. I realize you guys aren't seeing that. So we have this area right here, right? That's on the weekly chart. Now, if you pull in on the daily, you can see we're also pulling into the same resistance here, which is represented sort of as a supply level here, right? This is the last candle up before this major move down. What does that mean? That means there's a lot of selling left over in this area, a lot of interest. So that represents itself as resistance. That's what support and resistance are, right? When we're looking at a chart, all we're trying to find is areas that people are interested in buying and selling and where they'll place their bid and asks. Well, when you see price rocketing down from an area like this, well, what do? You get supply, leftover sellers who never got the opportunity to sell, and price just dropped before. So that's what we're coming into. So you can see that on these multiple levels, we have this same resistance, right? We have the same resistance here on 50,562 on the 4-hour chart. We had this symmetrical triangle, broke out, reached the top of the pattern, which is what we were looking for, and then resistance. I'm going to try to bring Mike back in a moment when this gets done and see what his thoughts are. He has an amazing report that he puts out very regularly. It's like the favorite email that I get each. I'm going to bring him on right now. Mike, is it weekly? Your report? Is it every few days? When exactly does it come out?
You can't hear.
I hear you.
Yeah. Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Your mouth's not moving, but I hear you. I wish I was in rural Illinois. So yeah, my question, I wanted to dig into your most recent report since you're here, and I was talking about when that report actually comes out on a regular basis. You guys can see it here. I can add it to the stream. So this is the Bloomberg Crypto Outlook.
Yeah, you can see the headline.
Onward and upward. Yeah, I think unfortunately this is not going to work, Mike. I think our struggle is too struggly.
Yeah, if you can scroll to the first chart, an enduring trend.
Sure, let me do that.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, unfortunately, Mike is not working, so I'll go over his report with you, which very, very clearly says here, Bitcoin at 100,000. 5,000 Ethereum is path of least resistance. Having survived correction, crypto assets now poised to thrive. Ethereum 5,000, can anything keep number 2 crypto from new high? I think we all know the answer to that. And DeFi revolution, advancing Ethereum Cardano dollar dominance. He goes into that more deeply, but I will continue. Since that's his thing, we're going to try one more time to bring him back in, and then we'll see what happens. He's here. See this black screen right here, over here? That's Mike. Right below me. Can you hear me, Mike? Oh, man, we got cool Technicolors now. All kinds of crazy stuff going on here. Yeah, I don't think this is going to work. Seems to be a thing around here, unfortunately. So I'm going to go ahead and keep looking at the chart. So obviously we had the 4-hour chart pulled up here. And this to me is just a really, really key level of resistance. We saw this huge wick on the last 4 hour. It did technically break above. And right now we're technically retesting it as support. So if you pull back, it's pretty clear skies ahead. Once we get above that, I think that, as we can see here on the daily on this one, is basically clear sailing, in my opinion, up to 55.7, 56.9, somewhere in that area. So yeah, obviously we're going to have to pivot here off of what we were discussing. So let's take a look at ETH while we're at it, since he had also mentioned ETH in his report. We have ETH BTC clearly broke out of this descending wedge, looking for a retest of 0.0732 and ultimately a move to the top. But I know that everyone seems to be trading USD and USDT pairs these days. So we're sending a message over here. We I'm looking for a retest of 35.95 if you can get it, and then hopefully a move up to around 43.84, which would be the highs. But what's so crazy here is that Ethereum is just 10% off the highs. Guys, since this is not exactly what we expected, obviously, I'm just going to turn this into about 20 more minutes of AMA. So you guys just go ahead and ask questions, and I will answer them since we are going completely off script. Completely off script. So I think, yes, someone said Ethereum is inevitable. I see that content, that comment. I absolutely agree with this. I don't know about flippenings or narratives about that, but I think that we're seeing an absolutely deflationary aspect kicking in here, and we're just seeing the network absolutely clogged by NFTs, which means people are having to buy Ethereum to mint NFTs. It was DeFi before. Everybody needed to get Ethereum for DeFi. They locked it into DeFi. Now everybody needs Ethereum to mint NFTs. It's going absolutely nuts. Yesterday, I tried to send an Ethereum transaction $100, and the fee was $84 to send it $100. Yes, save me all your comments about all the ways that I could have done that, all the amazing things. Yes, I understand. I can use TRX. I can send it on Solana. There's a million ways. Fine. Either way, just the fact that I tried and it was $84 sent $100, that's obviously not a sustainable model, but it will, in theory, probably continue to fix. Listen, I've had a few people ask me my opinion on the Uni SEC news. I haven't seen it. Something that I have not seen. If you want to tell me about it in the description, I can give you my opinion, but I haven't actually seen it. Hi, what might be the max for Solana during this bull run? To be quite honest, here, let's go ahead and pull up a chart. Yeah, this stream was bullish on Bitcoin. Now we're going bullish on crypto, right? To be honest, on the daily, I thought this candle right here, this massive shooting star, and it was followed by another shooting star on huge volume. This was the biggest volume of the entire run, right? Of the entire run up from $21 to, at that point, $130. The biggest volume was a selling candle with complete rejection. This combination theoretically should, technical analysis does not work every time, should have been a top, right? I mean, huge selling volume coming in, looks like a blow off top, but it kept going and has now exceeded those highs. So it's a fool's errand to try to time the top of this. I just know that at some point there will be a correction. Yeah, great prediction. I know that, guys. I know that. Let me see what else you got here. Short version, they're done with XRP and now going for Uniswap. No surprises there. I mean, they're going to obviously, I think the government clearly not going to be a big fan of decentralization and platforms that focus on it as such, right? Right? Yeah. I mean, the SEC is going to go after everything they deem as a security. I don't think Uniswap, the coin, is a security. Certainly, it's a utility token within the ecosystem. But I think we know that Gary Gensler thinks that basically everything is a security. Copied from CoinDesk, the SEC is seeking information about how investors use the exchange and how it is marketed, the journal said, citing people familiar with the matter. Yeah, guys, get used to it. Get used to it, right? The SEC is coming for everyone. They're going to investigate everything. Maybe I should put it this way, right? The SEC are regulators, right? So when you tell someone your job is to regulate things, they're going to go out and try to regulate just everything, right? I mean, Gary Gensler and Janet Yellen, we might as well call them Nate Dogg and Warren G because they're going to have to regulate. I just had to make a regulators mount up joke there, but that's what they're going to do. They're going to Nate Dogg and Warren G this all day. They're just going to regulate. That's what they're going to do. Nate Dogg and Warren G all over it, right? So let me see what else you guys have here, but it doesn't worry me. It's inevitable. It is absolutely inevitable. Hey, what do we got? I'm looking back through your comments. Hey, bud, could you take a look at Chainlink? Looks to be lagging the market. Cheers to you. And it's Friday, so maybe you are actually getting drank on. I am right after this stream. Wrong button. I'm gathering up my children's family, and we're going to the beach. It's Labor Day weekend. Going to the beach. Monday, I know this is crazy. I've never done it. I am not writing a newsletter on Monday for, I think it's the third time in 3 years. I think 2 Christmas I didn't do it, but there'll be no newsletter because of the holiday. And we'll see. I might not even live stream. Maybe in the afternoon. Yeah, Link is doing a whole lot of nada. Right here on the Bitcoin pair, but it does have this potential inverse head and shoulders. It's now a complex head and shoulders. You can have head and shoulders where you have a shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder, right? On the USD pair, I wouldn't say it's doing nothing. Right? We got these two ranges. We got a blue range and a red range, Rover. And it looks like we're already targeting the top of this blue range. So $35 is the target once it flipped here. But now on the bigger range, it's flipping the 200 MA and that range. This is going, in my opinion, to $53. Of course, that's all predicated on Bitcoin not crashing, but you should see a trip to the top of the range, 52.99, 53.03. It's kind of confused, doesn't know which one it wants to be. Did that rhyme? It was on time. Oh my God, just let me leave. Let me out of here. Coming back to the comments, guys. Sorry. Going to be on my boat this weekend. Just say I'm getting on a boat. Every time I get on a boat, Bitcoin to the moons, to the absolute moon is what happens when I get on a boat. So I'm planning to do that as well. Is BNB going to move up or sideways? Well, all hype seems going to Sol, Luna, AVX, etc. I don't know. First caveat here is if you ask me what a coin is going to do, I'm going to tell you that my crystal ball is broken. It's doing nothing on the Bitcoin pair. Let's not even look at that. But on the USDT pair, I wouldn't say nothing. I mean, we've been on this, right? I've shared these all. It's doing the thing. This should be going to $690. It's already gone above the EQ of the range right here. It's flipped the little local range. This should find resistance in this 570 area, but this should be going, assuming nothing terrible, tragic happens to Binance, should be going to $690 with Natog Warren G. Chris Bench apparently knew that was coming because he's probably in his 40s. How about Venus? What about Mercury? I don't know. Sorry, I don't know what that means. Hey, Scott, check ADA. Sure. ADA is the third coin by market cap. Now I guess it has to be in the conversation every time. I'm a little sick of looking at ADA. I'm not going to lie. Show me the smart contracts. It's like Cuba Gooding Jr. and Jay McGuire. Show me the smart contracts. Juan. Yeah, nothing doing on the Bitcoin. Do you guys even care? I want to ask this. I put a poll out. Do you guys even care about Bitcoin pairs anymore, or do you only look at dollar pairs? Do you only look at dollar pairs? Feels like you only look at dollar pairs and that you only request dollar pairs. ADA is at resistance. Forbes reached out to me yesterday asking me what the key levels of resistance and support were for ADA. And the price was like 310 at the time when he wrote it. But when I looked, it was back. And I said, the key resistance is 297 and key supports I showed 247, 189. He was like, how can 297 be a key resistance if the price is over $3? And I said, well, first of all, you can't just draw a resistance above price if it's going into discovery. But I said, wait till the candle closes. It might close below 297. And it did. So 297 key resistance. Got to get above that, or maybe you get a retracement and a chance at another entry. But right now, this is trying to push back into price discovery. I don't love this wick above the highs, and I don't love this little spinning top or high wave spinning top or potential doji here. Not in love with it, but we'll see how that eventually plays out. Cube. Yeah. Just waking up in the morning, gotta thank God. I don't know, but today seems kind of hot. No barking from the dog, no smog. And mama cooked a breakfast with no hog. I got my grub on, but didn't pig out. Yeah, that's Ice Cube. I'm assuming you were requesting that I wrap some Ice Cube. So I did that. Yeah, you only want dollar pairs. Oh, we have one reasonable human person here, to the moon hodl. Would like you to know. Any thoughts on Cube? Yeah, he was the best part of NWA, and when he left, they fell apart. I don't otherwise know what that's about. What's up, Scott? How do you feel about Matic? Feels good. You know, my feelings, I feel good. But let's look at it. Let's take a look at Matic. I'm look at both pairs because that's what I do. I love Matic, by the way. You guys know that. It's one of my biggest bags. I say it over and over again. I try to tell you guys when I'm hodling on something. And I've been in this since, I mean, nothing's happening. This is just channeling on the Bitcoin pair. So we'll close that. Doesn't matter. And this is still what I'm looking for here, right? I didn't want to touch it once it went above here, and it does have this kind of head and shoulders vibe. You don't have to worry about that yet unless it breaks down. But for now, either want to buy on this line, maybe, but that would be the breakdown of a head and shoulders. That's risky. I don't know how this is just floating over here. And this was drawn over here. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, I want to be above $1.70 just to be sure. This is all sideways chop right now. I mean, this had a massive run up, right? I mean, and we were trading this from 6 cents, something down here, bananas to see it go this high. What a run that was. But right now it's kind of chopping sideways. I love it. I just don't know that there's a trade set up right now. I don't think there's a chart or I looked this up once before. I can try. I don't know. I didn't realize this would be open request hour. When I said AMA, I meant to ask me questions, not to ask me chart requests. I mean, this looks fine. It's at resistance. Unfederal Reserve Tuckin, Unfederal Reserve. There's the Federal Reserve and the Unfederal Reserve. This is the Unfederal Reserve. It's at resistance. If it pops above here, start to look at higher levels, but it looks pretty decent. Also, though, potential head and shoulders. So you want to just be careful that you don't come down here and drop down below that support. That looks fine. It looks fine. Have you heard of Multivac? Yeah, I actually used one earlier because I got sand in my car. And so I was like trying to vacuum it, and I had to take the main attachment off and put on the little skinny one that like gets into the corners. So I use that. But no, I've never heard of the coin called Multivac. I've heard of it because people here have mentioned it, but I've only used the one that sucks sand out of the back of my car. Big or Tupac? Big, and it ain't even close. Not even close. I love Tupac's flow, but Biggie, just nothing. Biggie's the greatest of all time, and it's not even close. Sorry, reading a lot of your comments over here. I'm not holding 1 inch, are you? You wouldn't want to cough holding a 1 inch. Now, would you? You can't even hold a 1 inch. It's too small. What are your thoughts on a lengthening cycle? You should ask that to 1 inch. Lengthen to 2 inches. That's 2x, by the way. I'm assuming that you mean, you can clarify if I'm wrong here, the roaming fork. But are you talking about like the 4-year cycle and potentially lengthening that to a longer cycle? Are you talking about the idea of a super cycle, that there's a floor now? I mean, I would say, yes, Biggie's the greatest, I would say. I believe that the cycles could potentially lengthen, but like we just did this, right? We got 65,000 and we all screamed 100 tomorrow. It'll never retrace more than 10%. It went down 57%, guys, or whatever. So, yeah, I don't think we have evidence, considering we are still in one of these massive corrections, that we're going to get a different cycle this time. 1 inch is a never-ending joke, says Victoria, and I've heard that from most women. Wu-Tang or Bone Thugs? Wu-Tang for sure. Because like Wu-Tang's my heart. You guys might not know I used to DJ for Raekwon a little bit and did some stuff with the Wu-Tang guys, but I love Bone Thugs. You can only pinch 1 inch. Scott, I'll always be your fan because Biggie did the best. Thank you, Stinky. You guys have the best names. Skrillex or Yellow Claw. Anything but White Claw. Anything but White Claw. That stuff is disgusting and nobody should ever drink it. And I can't stand the White Claw culture. But I would say Skrillex personally. Looking back here, what do you think about the gaming JPEGs? Are we talking about NFTs, I assume, with JPEGs? I mean, I think that that's an absolutely huge space, cannot be denied. If we're talking about Axie Infinity in-game earning, I mean, I told you guys this the other day. Axie Infinity did a cool billion in a month, while all of Vegas casinos combined had a record-setting month at $750 million. So yeah, I'm in Star Atlas. Love that. I might actually even try to play the game. Might even try to play the games. No, it's dangerous. Say no to campaign with us. Stay blessed, notorious. Straight up, we know angel dust. Yeah, I mean, yeah, a little bit. Notorious dust. One of the greatest rap songs of all time. How often do you take profits? Good question. So I was one of the more probably vocal profit takers on the run up, but that comes with a caveat because I'm not taking profit on Bitcoin. I did at one point sell about 2% of my bag at 40K on the way up. I said, listen, man, this ran up. I'm going to take some money, live my life. And then I aggressively, and I did. Then I came into some more money because of the altcoin boom from there on. And I scaled out of those very, very aggressively. And then I started buying Bitcoin again. And now have cost average. And that was only 2% of my stack. But from what I sold and the more I added, my cost basis for the new coins is under 40. It was about 36 or 37, I believe. Can we get some TA on Axie Affinity? Sure. I have. It's AXS, right? Charts. Up. It went up. Went up a lot. I mean, this looks like some aggressive bear diving, to be quite honest. Bear divs everywhere, but not a drop to drink. That's what they say, right? This was the idea. It never came back. Never came back. I mean, this is bear diving. Hidden bull div, so it's not a big deal. I would just say that this is, it's ranging, chopping sideways, waiting for a direction. I would look for, if you're looking for it, I mean, 29, my God, would be an epic buy. But obviously this area is begging for a retest, just begging. Not saying it'll get there, just saying if it does, bid it. But look at the volume, non-existent. It's over for now. So you want to see when the volume kicks in, whichever direction this goes, that's how you're going to decide what you want to do with it. I'm going to check a link really quick here. Seeing it's a message. Also hear myself. So anyways, what's the lowest market cap coin that you're holding? I don't know, man. I got hundreds of coins. Update on Sol would be nice. Dude, it goes up. I just talked about it a minute ago, but it just basically goes up. What's your opinion about Star Atlas? So if you can look back last week, I had Michael Wagner, like a very last second thing. I reached out to them, was like, holy crap, this looks awesome. And I met Mike. We started talking and I was like, I have so many questions. And then he was like, well, we're launching our trailer thing today. I bought some, buying it. He's like, and I was like, come on and let's just ask you all the questions live. So you can check that out and see everything about Star Atlas. But I think they're really dope. I think they are really, 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 really dope. Let's see. Do you think it's time to start shifting into small cap alt yet? I mean, I think right now you just kind of throw a dart, grab something and wait a little while. Will you please suggest any education source for studying charts? In my description, I think it should be in the description. Let me look. But I have a mentor. I haven't talked about it in a while, but Chris Inks was my mentor from Texas West Capital. You can see it down there. He has a full course that's amazing on learning how to trade. He's the one who really kind of sharpened my knife, so to speak. I believe unless you have 50 to 100K, you should try to take profit wherever you can. I mean, taking profit is really key. And listen, holding Bitcoin forever is not for everyone, and you shouldn't be guilted into that. If you can make a trade or an investment and it can change your actual life, like you'd probably rather have that house you wanted to live in with your family than a little more Bitcoin, So if you can make that happen in your life, that is a good idea. I'm looking. First time listening to you and definitely the last time. Peace, Doug. Peace. Bye. We can actually just block you and then you really can't come back. Bye, Dougie. Dougie, not fresh. Doug was kind of a dick. Rest in peace, Doug. What are your favorite indicators? I would say I use RSI the most. I don't really use any indicators anymore. I'm kind of an RSI guy, and I only use RSI to look for divergences, and that's about all. Change your life. Thank you, Jason. Could you take a look at ICP. Doug would like you to know that he does not approve of the free content that he paid for. Heck, I mean, I love when people announce their way on the way out. My favorite people are the ones on Twitter who you've never engaged with, who leave a comment to tell you that they're blocking you or tell you that they're unfollowing you. I'm unfollowing you. So, bye. Boy, bye. Yeah, I mean, that idea with ICP was right. This is just chopping sideways, and it needs to get above 72 or I wouldn't touch it. This is sideways chop. Can't mess with that. Can't mess with that as a trader. Dougie Fresh, Dougie Fresh, Lottie Dottie. Lottie Dottie. That was Dougie Fresh and Slick Rick. Lottie Dottie, he likes to party. Doug, rest in peace, brother. God, rest in peace. You guys are funny. Don't be like Doug. Fuck off, Doug. Doug. Deuces, Doug. Bye, Doug. You guys are cool. Should I sell my refinance? Mr. Fixer would like to know. I have no idea like what's happening with Reef. We can try to look at a chart, but let me just tell you, don't ask that question to people on the internet. Don't ask that question. Where'd you buy Reef? Why'd you buy Reef? Did you have a target in mind when you bought Reef? How much money of your portfolio did you spend on Reef? Someone would have to know the answer to every single one of those questions to be able to even start to answer if you should buy or sell it. Like if you bought it here, do you want to sell here? I don't know. If you bought it here, you might want to, if that was your target and you were like, hey, I'm going to sell when it hits the 200 MA. Yeah, I don't know. But that's a pretty ugly rounding top coming into a rounding bottom. This is like the rare, this is a pattern. Can't remember the name of it. I think it goes like this. It's called the Bitcoin roller coaster pattern. Whee! It's not a real pattern. But yeah, it kind of rounded here, but now it is rounding back. So I would say that this looks fine. But no, I have no idea if you should sell it or not, because what do I know? I don't even know you, bro. You are Doug too. We're all Doug, guys. There's a little Doug in all of us. 1 inch Doug. 1 inch Doug. I wish he was still here. I feel bad now because he didn't even get any of the pleasure of getting dunked upon by the community. But yeah, guys, like I said, we're shortening the Fridays to like 30, 40 minutes, and I have to go on vacation. So that is actually it for today, pretty much. Once again, check out, it's going this way, right? Oh, I'm getting that mirror thing. Check out SuperBid, guys. Please click on the link down below. Then they'll know, hey, you care. You support me. You support them. Check out everything they have. Oh, I think actually, I didn't even mention, if you click on that link, you can get $500 in SuperBid tokens. Right? So my final thought for the day is you guys are amazing. Have a great Labor Day weekend if you're in the United States. If you're pregnant, hopefully you don't go into labor today. And otherwise, don't be a Doug. Doug's a dick. Peace.
That's dope.